What are typical website pages? A website is usually composed of a few typical pages. Again, websites can be completely different, creative efforts, many different formats. But if you're coming as a small business, most people are expecting a specific type of page on there. The content that exists on this could all be on one page if you really wanted to, but to give you more flexibility and to expand upon that, having multiple pages is usually a good idea. So what are these typical web pages? Well, first you have is the home page. That's just the home page, the main page that you come to there. Some other extra pages that people typically want to look for are an about page, where you might put some information about your business, your product. Contact, how to get in touch with you or your business. Services, and this could be products if you're selling that, but information about the things you're selling. A portfolio or a scope of work. People like to see what you've worked on before, who you've worked for. And then depending on your local jurisdiction, privacy policy may also be something you should put on there. So first, let's kind of go through each of the pages in depth. The first one is the home page. This is usually the primary web page. If you don't put any additional parts of the URL, that is what's considered the home page. So it's your primary page. It's a good idea to put on there pretty much all information about what you're trying to communicate about your business or your website, but be brief about it because, again, you have those other pages you can then link to for more information. But again, it can give the visitor of your website a great overview. But you can also think of your homepage as your general sales page. If, again, you're selling a product or a service, this is a great place to basically list all those information about your product, benefits, features, pricing, some contact information, maybe even some testimonials. Again, all this information can go into more in depth on the other pages. But again, if this is the one and only chance you have to make an impression upon a website visitor, give them the chance that if they choose not to look at another page, at least you've basically given them your best shot on trying to communicate. Next page we'll discuss is the About page. This is where you can give some background information about you or your business. This could include things like the history of your business. Depending on what you're selling, you could have some philosophy about either how you perform your services or the products you sell. But basically think about this as the who, what, and why of your business and that people would want to learn more about. The Contact Us page is where you should make sure to focus and put all information about all the different contact methods you have. So at minimum should be a phone number, email address, your actual physical address if you're a physical location. Many people like to show a graphic of a map, or you can even embed a Google map there so people can then click and get directions. If you are on social media, Contact page is a great place to put your links to social media, though you may have social media on other pages, definitely on your Contact page. And then many people like to create a contact form so that people can type in information and hit a submit button. Another page that is great to have on your website is either a services or product page. And this is basically a page where you can explain all the different things you're trying to sell to different website users. That doesn't necessarily mean you have an e-commerce option, but where you describe and the features and benefits of different products. If you choose to, again, a great place to put pricing on your services page. In many businesses, it's great to show your past work, or sometimes called a portfolio. This is where you can give examples of, say, the services you sell, past testimonials that clients may have given. Again, depending on exactly the idea of case studies may be helpful. But basically, it's a page where people can see what you've done before and see if there's a match between what they think they want and whether or not you actually perform that. And it's nice to know for a website visitor that they've done this service before and thus probably can do it again for the person looking. As we get more and more into the internet, the concept of privacy about data is becoming more and more important. So having a privacy page is quite important to put there to explain to people who do want to go look what are your data policy. And a privacy page is one, but it could also be related to other similar pages, or your privacy page could have all this information. If you do have any terms of use or a disclaimer or a return policy, these are all kind of issues that may or may not be on one page, but are things you should be thinking about if you need to communicate those to potential website visitors. So conclusions about creating typical web pages using WordPress. Again, there are a number of typical pages that people create. Again, home, about, contacts, services, portfolio, and privacy. These can be created using a feature within WordPress called pages. Again, this is different than posts, but they're more static. Pages, of course, need to be found, so setting up a menu in your WordPress dashboard is great. And then just lastly, again, reminding people that a privacy page is a really good thing to have to show people that you do care about data privacy issues and things like that. Hope all this helps.